Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is A Money, and I'm a fellow cryptonaut. Please know that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I tell you is based on my own personal experience, not for professional guidance. If you like what you hear, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. Today's video: are you being robbed? Are you being robbed? This is A Money Cryptonaut, and this is the latest crypto news. He who holds the ladder is as bad as the thief. I started this channel with a real passion to get new investors involved in cryptocurrency. I know that YouTube is saturated with cryptocurrency content, but my goal was to make people feel comfortable jumping in. Now, only 3 weeks later, I'm going to change that mission just a little bit. This is because I believe the time for acting is now. There are too many things happening in this economy and happening in our world right now for you to wait to secure your future. Now, let's get to the news. First up is the global news. So, what we see here is Evergrande cannot pay its debts. What is Evergrande? Evergrande is China's second largest property company and is very impactful in China's economy. The reason why this is such big news is because Beijing had said they will not bail Evergrande out. Lots of international investments are tied into this real estate giant's profits. If Evergrande fails, it will reverberate around the world. Some are calling it China's Lehman Brothers moment. With inflation rising and the global pandemic continuing, our global economy, our 401ks, our fiat currency investments would plummet if this real estate giant fails. So pay attention to this news. This will be a very big week in the global economy. Now that I have scared you into paying attention, I would like to repeat my message that it is a great time to invest in cryptocurrency if you don't want your investments to rise and fall with the tides of the US dollar. Because right now, there's just no certainty in our global economy. Recently, cryptocurrency language was added to the infrastructure bill in the Senate, and the bill actually stalled over technicalities of the language. Cryptocurrency has very little clarity when it comes to laws in the US. However, it has not stopped the Securities and Exchange Commission from levying lawsuits. In my opinion, the SEC prefers to regulate by taking punitive action, and I do not believe this is fair. Additionally, they are favoring certain projects over others. Ethereum has gotten a pass while Ripple's XRP is being sued. Yet Ethereum has acted in the very manner that the SEC is accusing Ripple of. When digging deeper, you will find that previous SEC employees that gave advice sit on Ethereum's boards. Is that why Ethereum is given a pass and XRP is not? Is that not corruption? Also, the SEC has refused to answer if it allowed employees to own digital assets in the past when some of the guidance was being issued. See, the employees of the Securities and Exchange Commission cannot own securities. But if they were allowed to own digital assets, then surely those assets were not a security, right? Are you confused? Of course you are.
And the US, Canada, and Taiwan, the three jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about. 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity, a cash crypto.
Coin, 55% or so in that slide, but Ethereum is quite big. A currency called Ripple that you might hear in the banking sector is probably third, if I remember. I think there is a reasonable case to be made that if you can come into compliance, if the Securities and Exchange Commission gives some number of months, and I don't know what that is right now, a period of time, but some number of months or a year or whatever to come into compliance, then they'll look forward. And even for Ripple and Ether, or maybe it's EOS or NEO or something, but for the big market cap ones, there needs to be clarity in the market. And if the clarity in the market is that they're not securities, They might still be commodities. They might still need to comply with all those laws and so forth. But I think it's a period of time. But
so Ether would be like the BTC and Bitcoin, or like the XRP and Ripple. It's sort of the glue that holds the system together.
So you said that you guys are looking to incorporate and do this out of Switzerland, and you're purposely you live in Canada, right?
Yes.
And so you're purposely not doing it in Canada, and you're purposely not doing it in the U.S.
A large part of that is regulatory reasons.
Okay.
A large part of that is regulatory reasons. A large part of that is regulatory reasons.
Now, let's look at what was said in 2021 and compare it to what was said in 2018.
There's usually a handful of entrepreneurs and technologists that, in effect, the investor is hoping those people do well. So that means anticipation of profits on the efforts of others. I think it's kind of just like reasonably clear. I would say very clear.
Yeah, at this point, if you're investing in Ethereum, I would say you're investing in the team and the community to a large extent.
And this is something that Bitcoin and Ethereum didn't have to deal with. You need to be regulatorily compliant.
Well, one area where the chair and I think don't see eye to eye is the lack of clarity around when something is or is not a security, and what actually is the security at issue when we're talking about these token offerings. So I do think that we could provide some more clarity in that space.
Guys, the SEC chairs do not even agree with each other. But one thing that is clear is they're not going after Ethereum. Why the lawsuits? Let's see if we can answer that by reviewing the latest lawsuit taken by the SEC, which is against Coinbase. Coinbase has followed every rule, and they have been in constant communication with the SEC. Let's read their tweet. After months of trying to engage with the SEC on our planned Coinbase Lend product, we recently received notice that it intends to pursue legal action against us. We believe dialogue is at the heart of good regulation, even if the SEC may not. Well, perhaps it's because the government wants something, or they want some things. First of all, Coinbase was releasing their Lend program, which would give holders of USDC. Pause. Now, the USDC is a dollar-backed stable coin. Okay, so Coinbase was releasing their Lend program, which would give US holders of USDC 4% in interest. Well, that is way more interest than banks are willing to give you. Let's look at how much banks are willing to give you. From this article from NerdWallet, these are 11 best savings rates of September 2021. Look at these rates. 0.55%, 0.50%, 0.40%. Can you imagine receiving 4% interest on your investments? But then, on September 19th, 2021, just yesterday, it appears Coinbase made a millionaire deal. They decided to sell your data. Is this part of the deal? Is this why they were being sued from the government? Is this what Coinbase is willing to do with your money to get you out of a jam? It says Coinbase and the U.S. Homeland Security have struck a $1 million deal to allow the U.S. government to use the exchange's services to analyze American citizens' data. Previously, Coinbase had inked a deal with the U.S. Secret Service to license its Coinbase Analytics tool. The contract would last until May 2024, and for $183,000, it would entitle the Secret Service to use its blockchain forensics tools. Friends, at the end of the day, I can tell you my story, and I can encourage and attempt to influence your investments. However, ultimately, the only one with the real influence is our Lord Jesus Christ. Invest your life and your money into the heavenly kingdom, and you will see a much bigger return on your investment. No government or law will be as impactful as that. So seek his kingdom first and let him guide your decisions. Finally, in the last video, I recommended 3 good options for new investors. But I also said that if you do not own your private keys, then my opinion is that you do not actually own your cryptocurrency. So in a future video, we will discuss digital wallets and cold storage wallets. God bless you, my friends. This is A Money Cryptonaut. If you like what you've heard, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content.